everybody, welcome back. This is Sanctum Stitching, where modern meets vintage, and it's episode number 11. I'm Fawn.
I'm Marianne.
And we are so excited to be back. I think this episode will be a little short and sweet, which is totally okay. It's a holiday weekend. I'm sure you want to be outside, by the pool, whatever it is you're doing to celebrate. I have a work in progress and no finishes, no new starts, but I do have quite a bit of haul. What do you have for us this week, Marianne?
I have a finish, show you that I did get something glued together. I can talk about well, they've seen works in progress. They don't need to see those anymore. I do have some haul, but it's coming, but I can mention it. And I do have some vintage to show.
Awesome. So you're holding down the fort for us this week.
Well, it's my turn. What can I say? You know, you've been busy with the kitten. I can contribute a little more this week. It'll still be short.
Let's start with our celebration. So my celebration is that my husband, while landscaping, found a kitten and it was crying under a tree, and he called me, and of course I couldn't leave it under that tree. So I went and I picked it up, we took it to the vet, and we've been fostering him this week, which is why I have no stitching done. I don't know if you've ever taken care of a kitten, but I hadn't before, and it is exhausting. You always have to have your eye on it, and so it's hard to look at a chart and stitch and get your X's right, and also keeping your eye on the kitten who is next to you 1 minute and across the entire house the second minute.
I have taken care of kittens. It takes a lot of energy.
So hopefully this week he will be going to the shelter where they can get him in to find his forever home, and it'll be good. So next week, hopefully, I will have a lot more stitching to show you. Good. What are you celebrating this week?
I'm celebrating that we had a fella come by and give us a quote for an all-house generator, and he said it might take a couple of weeks to get on the schedule and such, but Roscoe, you're interrupting me. But we signed a contract for one of those, and a friend of mine said, well, why do you need? I said, we're getting the largest one that you get for a home. And
that's my parents.
My friend Lane, you've heard her name before, down in Alabama, why do you need the large one? I said, because I'm 70 years old. There, I divulged it. A good Southern lady usually doesn't, but I'm 70 years old and I don't want to be in the dark. She said, well, that's a good enough reason. I said, yes, it is. So that's my celebration.
It's dark.
I know, it's hard. Try being in your den at 12:45 in the morning watching, Twilight Zone, and Twilight Zone disappears because all the electricity went off, and my phone was recharging, so I had to figure out a way to get to the flashlight without, falling over the fan or two dogs or whatever. And it came back on, as we said last Saturday, it came back on okay, but it was no fun. So there we go. So yes, we now have called, and we are on the railroad track here to get an all-house generator.
Nice. That'll be really fun. Hopefully we don't lose power between now and then.
Well, I think I can survive it if we do. But you're right. Thank you for that. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Yeah.
So I will jump in with my work in progress. So as I mentioned, I've usually been really, really good about keeping up with my Cloudsfactory stitch along, where I am every month getting the pattern done before the first of the new month when the new one comes out. And with Kitten, that didn't happen this time. So hopefully for August, I'll be back on track. So I am still working on the June version of Cloudsfactory Grimm Stitch Along.
That's so pretty.
Yeah, and I'm getting really close. So I've done the Upon, the LMN, these little motifs. I got the kids in, the mice, the piper, the building, even have the music notes. So all I have left is time and two of these green leaves right over here on the side. And then, they're eyeballs. But I like to do the eyes last when I can, just because it really makes you feel like you finished something.
Yeah. Well, and then they're not staring at you while you're stitching.
Right. Exactly. So I'm almost done, and maybe if Kitten sleeps, I can finish that up today. but fingers crossed.
Put that classical music on he likes. You said that puts him to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. Funny is that eat over him and classical music and he'll just fall asleep.
There you go. There you go.
Exactly. You said no works in progress this week?
No, well, they're in progress, but they've all seen them, so we'll move on to other things. I did this week, I had shown this piece before and mentioned that I didn't have the top tight enough up here, between the two. So I'm not worried so much about the sides. They were a little tighter. So what I did yesterday, I tried to take a needle and thread and start scooping through there again. Well, with my hand bugging me some, that was not working. So I just went and got the tacky glue and put it there. This is not, as our friend Denise Waterfield says, this is not an heirloom project. So I put the sticky glue up there. We have a Westie dog paperweight that's a heavy cloth thing, a nice heavy one. Set that on it for a while, and now look, see? Very nice, put together, so you can stand it up. You stand it up, and there you go.
Yeah, maybe that's the way to do it, and then you don't have to do all that sewing anyway.
I'm thinking that may be my new way, and we'll see about other pieces if they're nicer or something. But I was thinking even some of those Jack Frost farm ones would be so cute to stand up like a little village or like his farm. Yeah. So here you are, y'all. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. So nice. Now I'm going to set it right here and look at it while we chat. There we go. I'm not sending that to Lily. I thought about it, but I like my birds. It's not perfect.
Very cute.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it will do.
Well, over the video, it looks perfect. So we'll tell everyone it's perfect.
Thanks. Okay. And then I just stitched a little bit, on different things. So
very cool. Go. Do you want to talk about your finish?
Yes. Here it is.
Oh, I love the purple.
Oh, thank you. And I tried putting other colors into the purple. It's got a little bit of lighter purple in it too.
Hold it down just a little bit.
Can you see it now?
Oh, and then back slightly.
How's that?
Oh, I see the light purple.
Yeah, it's got a little light purple in it and then the dark, and the same thing with this pink one down here.
Oh, yeah.
And then see the little buds up at the top?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's really cool. How were you planning to finish that?
I don't know. I thought about when I folded it up like this and clipped it, I thought this might be nice to make, like to put it on a little book of some kind or a box, or even make a little purse.
Oh, interesting.
Something like that. Or just make another stand-up thing. Make another stand-up and just set it around the house when I feel like it or something. Or a small pillow. It could even be a small pillow. So I'm not sure. I have to think on that. Decisions.
You know how you made that hoop box, the round one?
Yep.
Well, they have the oblong type ones.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Since that's so long, maybe if you hoop like this instead and stack those.
Right. I've got 2 of those. I've got one in wood and a couple in that plastic. That's a good idea, Fawn. That would be neat. That would be neat because you could put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's actually, I was using a hoop on this, and then I just wound up doing it, with my hands after all. But that's my finish. What I was going to show you is this will be the next one that I do. All right, let me get it just so.
Oh, I love the squirrel. He's cute.
And using the crewel embroidery on it too. This is giving me good practice too for going back to my bell pull. So the yarns that are in this, the wool that is in this, now the knitting comes in every now and then, is going to be used on this as well. But we're not going to have a purple squirrel. I've got browns and golds and things like that. But I thought y'all might like to see. And this, I can show this pattern because, somebody would have to transfer this pattern to paper to be able to use it. And this is how you get this, since it's a crewel piece. So that's that. So, and I did get out, I've had a Frank Lloyd Wright piece I worked on. That's the one that we heard the yell at the botanical garden one time because I was one stitch off. So I got it out again because I actually started it over on different fabric. And so last night I looked at it and I thought, I need to work on this again. I just was in the mood to. So.
Very cool. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, well, I'll work on it some more. And I put away, I haven't finished the carpet on that other piece yet, but I did rip out what I needed to. And so the frog came to visit, as people like to say. So there you go.
That carpet's going to be like your forever.
You know how you say you have a piece and you think, oh, this is neat, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how much I love this piece after getting it. I don't mean to be tacky here. I'm just not as happy with it as I thought I would be. So it may never go to a home. It may be one of those that somebody else can have it and
they can finish it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I totally understand that. Next
stitching. Sanctum stitching. There we go.
Exactly. The only thing I have left is haul. So I think you said, did you have any haul?
I got one more set of towels from Mary Corbett, and I haven't unpacked them yet, but they're the ones that I wanted to do for Lily that are flowers. So if you go out to her website, Needle and Threads, she's got a shop there. And these are just flowers supposed to be. So I haven't opened them. I have ordered some stuff. I've got on order and I'm waiting for it to come. This little one here got me convinced to give the Cloudsfactory Grimm's Fairytales a try. So I'm waiting for my fabric.
Yeah, show it to you for 6 months and I'll eventually turn you over to it.
And I've got the 7 months ready to do my thing with it, but no fabric to try it on. And I'm also waiting on 2 pieces that one of our viewers, Heather, wants to do an SAL with Susan B. Anthony's home. And it's a nice little saying, and I can't remember it all right now, but she lives in Canada. So I sent Heather a note back saying, well, I ordered it, so we'll do it. And I have she had some really good ideas about how she wanted to do hers. So I'm going to be doing an SAL with a lady that lives all the way out in Western Canada. So that should be fun. But she's been really nice with comments and cheers us on. So,
I always look forward to what Heather has to say.
I do too. So, and we thank her. She is a nurse. So we thank her for being out there doing what she's doing to help keep whatever she has to do to help keep people safe and healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the name of that, what it is now. So if anybody else wants to join Marianne on this stitch along, I'm sure she'll be. It is called the Susan B. Sampler by Stone Street Stitchworks, and it's on Etsy.
Yes.
You might be able to get it somewhere else too, but I know you can at least definitely find it on there.
So that's the shop that's there. They're there, and you get the PDF immediately once you pay. I used my PayPal and then was able to download it, and so I've got it. Yeah. Plus, they had one that said Librarian's House, so guess what I did? I bought that too.
Oh, no.
Another sampler. I'm not even a big sampler person, but all of a sudden I am. What the heck?
Yeah, and I'll link that below too, just so you have it.
Thank you.
If you're interested in following along and doing that SAL, let us know, comment, and we'll be really excited to have you along.
Yes, we will. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Fawn keeps me up Fawn keeps me in line, y'all, with remembering to put stuff at the bottom of the page. She's the one that handles all this. So thank you. It's nice being retired. I don't have to think about some of these things.
I know, kitten's got to only be fostered so I can focus on do these things. Like I made sort of a sorry I've been absent post on our Instagram, because usually I try to post at least every day, every other day or so, and I realized it had been almost a week since my last post. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this kitten.
But he's so cute.
I know. And when he was just sleeping on me, it was like, oh, I can't give him up. And now he's feeling better, so he's running around. It's like, oh, I need a break.
Well, we'll wait for motherhood to hit one of these days.
I told Sean, I was like, well, that cured my baby fever for give me a year at least.
Right, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get through at least a year of this first.
Exactly. I'm like, I still want to stitch and play a video game and not have to worry about feeding something. So
read a book, whatever. Yeah. Oh,
exactly. Man. Well, anyway, we'll move on to my haul, which I ordered all of this stuff a long time ago, and it just somehow magically all came in at the same time this week. So that was really fun. So I am in the Color and Cotton Hand-Dyed Fabric Club. And so I think I joined in April or May, and I finally was able to get the June version. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if they're still open or not for subscriptions, but I know you can order fabric off their website.
Right.
But yeah, I'll link that too so you can see it. So this is the June 2020 Fabric Club, and it's the bright limited edition color, and it's in 32 count.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's showing up pretty good.
Yes, it's pretty.
Yeah, so that was nice. And it is a 13 by 17 inch piece.
Okay. That's good size.
Yeah, definitely a couple ornaments or one moderate sized piece.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have too much marbling in it. I know some like Fortnite Fabrics and some other stuff, theirs has a lot of the marbling, but I like that it's pretty subtle. Oh, you can see there.
Does it have a name does the fabric coloring have a name other than what you said, or it's just the June piece?
Just the June bright color.
Okay, June bright color. Okay.
And then the other one I got was the June any color, and so it's also 32 count and the same size.
Okay.
So I really like this rosy color.
Excuse me.
So I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch on either of those, but I figured a Fabric of the Month club, it'll be kind of nice to get a little bit of a stash going. They're not very expensive. I think each one of these was maybe $12.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, but that was pretty good. And then you can get higher sizes and bigger pieces too. But I wanted to at least start small, make sure I like it.
Right, and see how you like their fabric and such. I think this afternoon's an auction, isn't it, for Fortnite Fabrics? I think this is their auction day.
Yep, every Sunday.
Not that we're giving them free advertising, but I guess I just did, didn't I?
Well, unfortunately, our video will go up after the auction. So if you remember.
That's right. Well, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, you won't go up till after. But they're doing I think, ornament size today.
Yeah. And they also have a website where you can order pieces too, so you don't have to get it auction.
Yeah.
So then I also got these two red colors in.
Oh,
and
pretty.
I ordered two because I wasn't sure which one I was going to want to use on this piece that I've talked about before. So the skeleton that I'm going to use the Fortnite Fabrics green. And I'm going to use just regular white, regular black, and then I figured I would spice it up by using one of these. And so Sean and I decided to use the darker red.
I was going to say, that's the one you need.
Yeah, it doesn't show it too much on here, but it does have some black specks. So that'll be perfect for it. So it's very, because you know how it is. It's hard to order a color online, and that red could have been bright or it could have been just totally off. And if I had just ordered this one, I wouldn't have been happy with it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I grabbed the two and was able to see what would work best.
And then you have that other red for a holiday thing or something, or
Exactly.
something like that.
And I'm sure I'm going to need it for something. So then I'm going to keep going here. I got quite a bit.
Go ahead. I'm glad you got your haul.
Stitching with my haul. So I have this cobblestone piece that Catherine had given me, and it is by Needle Delights Originals.
Yeah.
And so I had gotten the canvas for it, which is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So that'll be super fun to work on. So I have to get with her. She has the not the neon rays, but she has a bunch of the thread that goes with it.
Okay.
She has the Rainbow Gallery. So thanks,
Right.
Catherine. I'll contact you soon so we could get together. And so then once I get those from her, thankfully, which is such a blessing, I'll have to get the neon rays, and then I'll be ready to go with this cobblestone piece. And I was surprised. I've never ordered just the canvas fabric on my own. When I've done something, it's always been a kit. But this piece was only like $4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so I just always thought it would be so much more than that. And this is really big.
No, when it gets expensive is when it's a painted canvas. When it's been painted, and sometimes those can cost you $70, $80, $90 just, but that's because the whole thing is painted on there.
Right.
And then you do your stitching.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the canvas alone's not too bad. Oh man. There we go.
Yeah, which is nice to know, because you might look at this and think, oh, well, now the fabric for it's going to be really expensive. And while the thread or floss can get kind of pricey because they're all sort of small things like this and fancier, at least the fabric isn't going to cost you all that much.
Right. Exactly.
So then I got this Just Nan candy corn ghost mouse.
Oh, cute.
Which there is not much stitching on him at all. So when I decide to do it, it'll go really, really quick. And I got the 32 count called for Belfast Antique White to go with it. I got a couple other things, but I can't show them because they're a present for Sean. And sometimes he watches our videos through and sometimes he doesn't. So I'm just going to be safe, and you'll find out in September after our anniversary.
Atta girl. Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to mess up the surprise.
Exactly. I also, so then once I worked on my mouse a couple weeks ago, and I've been working on the autumn scissor roll, I was looking at the Just Non stuff, and it seems like they go out of print pretty quickly. And you can't buy a chart secondhand because it doesn't come with the charm pack, and you can't buy the charm pack on its own. So I was looking around, I was like, well, I don't want these things to go out of print, and you know, because I like them so much. So of course I made another order, and so I got this from the Silver Needle in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and this is how it came wrapped.
Oh, cool.
Which I thought was really, really cool.
Yeah.
They gave me a little note, and it says a little first aid for your stitching eyes. And so it came with a needle threader, which you can't really see it, but it's got tiny, and also a cutter, which I thought was cool. They gave me a complimentary pattern, which I'll hold up really quick. I think it's free for everybody, but it is a comfort kiss. So you've probably seen some people stitch these. They look like Hershey Kisses with different motifs. Okay. And so this one is like a doctor.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully that was quick enough to hold it up. And then they gave me also a couple Jelly Bellies, which I thought was neat. I've never seen an individually wrapped Jelly Belly. I
haven't either.
Yeah, so that was cool. So Sean wanted to eat them right away. I was like, no, I have to show them on my video, and then you can eat them. So when he comes back from the gym, I'll give him a treat.
Well, maybe that's the new way, you know, Jelly Bellies are usually reaching into somebody's jar, and that's the new thing now, is they better be wrapped.
The version.
Yeah.
So as you know, I was doing the autumn mouse scissor roll, but this is the spring scissor roll.
Oh, pretty.
So it came with the mouse and the roll. Comes with the charm pack and the wool.
Mm-hmm.
And this
You're just
one
going to have a regular collection, Fawn. Are you setting these out in a special place or something?
In our apartment, no, but we have big plans for when we have a house to have bookshelves all over the place and just places we could store knickknacks like this.
Good.
And so it says, in a flower, in a bower among the flowers, pretty scissors hide. I'm not sure what a bower is.
Well, a bower is like a depth, in a garden area or something.
Oh, is it?
A bower. Yeah.
I'll
look up a definition for you right quick.
Yeah, okay. So
while you're showing that off, I'll look up a definition.
Yeah, let me not read that without butchering it. So in a bower among the flowers, pretty scissors hide. So that'll be pretty cool. And I like the color of that mouse, where it's kind of peachy.
That is pretty.
And then I also got the summer mouse scissor roll. And so this one says, follow a mouse to the scissor house. And so it's purplish fabric instead. With
a cool.
And I really like that mouse's hat, that flower.
Oh, yes.
So that one's, I think, is really cool.
Oh, that's darling.
The charms and the wool for the inside. And so I couldn't find a winter one, so I don't think winter scissor roll has come out yet. Okay. But I'm sure when it does, I'll pick that up and have all 4 of them. So that'll be cool.
Bower. Do you want the definition of bower?
Yes, I do.
It's a pleasant, shady place under trees or climbing plants in a garden or wood.
Wow.
So it's similar to like an arbor.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to use that word now because I want to be in a bower.
Okay. And then the plural is bowers. So a bunch of them, a bunch of garden shady spots or something. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll touch on our future house has to have a bower. And he's going to be like, I don't know what you want.
She wants a big old place with lots of trees and a creek running through.
I do. Well, where I grew up with my parents, they do have a stream that runs through their properties, and half of it's woods and half of it's just open field. Yeah. So, it's not that far off.
Tell your daddy we got that all-house generator. Tell him he should be proud of me for ordering it.
Oh, he watches this religiously.
Oh, okay.
So every week he starts looking on Sunday morning for the video. I'm like, Dad, we don't film until almost Sunday afternoon. Like, well, just in case, what if you did it early? What if you decided to do it on Saturday? My mom's like, he'll just text us when it's on. It's fine. And he's like, no. So
I appreciate his enthusiasm.
Yeah. And so the last things that I got, because I ordered this stuff a while ago, but it all seemed to come in this week. So I didn't spend all this money this week, I swear.
Oh, good.
I was working on the Sabrina piece, and the fabric just didn't work, and I needed it where I could count 2 over 2 and be big enough. But it's like the thread when you order online, it's really hard to tell which fabric is the right one. So I ordered 2 of them. The one that I'm not going to use is the 28 count Haunted Cashel Linen by Picture This Plus. And so I got a really big piece because the Sabrina needs to be pretty big, but I'll also have a lot left over. And so this is 26 by 35.
Whoa.
A haunted color.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, so I like it, but it's just looking at the other one I got, I think the other one is better. And this does look darker than the picture that Picture This Plus had online.
Okay.
If you're interested in ordering this, just know it is a little bit darker than it does show online.
Yeah.
And so the one I'm going to use is also Picture This Plus. It's 28 count Cauldron Cashel Linen, and it's the same size, 26 by 35. And
oh, okay. Yeah.
It does look like Cauldron to me. So it's got the brown, sort of rusty color in it. And I'll try to hold this one up so you can really see the marbling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like that it's got that brown in it against kind of like a grayish. Yeah. Cool.
And don't tell Sean. I should have listened to him from the get-go because but don't tell him I said I should have listened to him. I showed him the two colors and he was like, I think you should just get the Cauldron. I think that'll be the one. And of course, you know me, I'm like, I don't know. I have to see him in person. And so we are going to use the Cauldron one, which I think will be really good because the pattern, the border for Sabrina, it has a lot of coppery gold color in it. Yeah. And so I think that'll pull out the rust in here. And it's light enough that I don't have to worry about seeing it. Whereas on this one, it'll be a little tougher to see all of the threads.
Well, and that other one, the one you're not going to use, it looks more greenish to me.
Yeah.
In the light here. Does it have a greenish hue or kind of a
yeah, it's like a teal kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's pretty.
Oh, it is. It's very nice. I think you'll find something to use it for.
Oh, I'm sure. And if you need something to use it for,
I'll let you. I'll be sure and buy that from you.
So let me know.
Okay.
Fabric back because you keep giving me fabric. Let me know. So that'll be good. It'll be used for something, and it's not like it's gonna go bad sitting there in my box. So
right.
Thankfully, that is all that came in, and that is all that I ordered.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still waiting on my stuff. It's nice to get those PDFs right away, but then of course our printer ink is dying on me, so I had to order printer ink. So it's the color that's going, but so it won't be here till the end of next week. But I went on and transferred this to my iPad, so if I want to stitch, if the other stuff comes earlier, I can still stitch. Yeah.
And I can bring you, since I have the same pattern, I could print it for you too.
That's okay. Oh, I've printed out the Grims. Don't worry about that. It's the others I haven't. My last Grims, the one for July, looks almost pink, though. It's not printed too well.
You have to take
That's all right. I've got a while to go before I get to that. So.
Yeah, if you don't have ink by then.
Yeah, if I don't have ink by then, we're in big trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Overstock.com will be in big trouble.
For real.
Yeah.
Did you have any vintage for today?
I do. And it's a little bit different. I make pies. Pecan pie is my specialty, K-roll pecan pie. And Sweet Shalom Tea Room usually does a pie contest sometimes usually it was in the summer, and then this past year they did it in the fall. But I've participated in 3 of them. Nice. And I won second place for my pie one year and got this vintage apron. And this is more like an applique put on here, but the apron's from the 1950s. And it's got the little pocket. This is what you would call a hostess apron. You know, it ties in the back. See the bow and all that. You would wear this if you were having somebody over for tea or just for a coffee in the afternoon, and it looks nice. You could put a handkerchief in there. So I got that, and I think I got this one for it was a date pie. And then I also won and then you get gift certificates. So, or that may have been the pecan pie, and then the date pie maybe I got the pie server. Wow. And it's a vintage.
Looks like they match pretty well too.
Yeah, they do kind of. They've got the same sort of colors. Yeah, it's roses, but they're just a slightly different color.
That's so cool.
I got that.
Pies.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
I said that's really cool. I didn't know you made pies.
Oh, I've been making this Cairo pecan pie recipe for over, probably 40 years. I've been up here 30, and my first almost 31 years. And my first year up here, I came in. I moved up here in January, and so for Christmas that year, I had 6 judges, and I made 6 Cairo pecan pies, one for each judge, and they made a big hit. And my grandmother would send me the pecans from Memphis because she got them through the Lions Club, and they were nice, good, healthy pecans, nice and good size and stuff. So she would send those because she had, made a donation that way. And, but as the years went by, the judges reached a point where I can't eat a whole pie, or they would share them, of course, but they would want, so I was just making one and giving them each a slice. I said, okay, here's your slice of pie.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very rich.
Oh, it is. It's pretty good. No calories at all. We removed the calories. And then Joe said, well, try making I did make an apple pie one year and did the lattice work on it. And I got 3rd place for that, especially the judges liked the crust, because with the apple pie, I did a lard and butter crust. For the pecan pie, I do just a butter crust. And then I made let me think about it. It's a date pie. Joe asked me to make a date pie, so I did that, and that got a ribbon. I have not gotten a 1st place yet. I don't know what kind of pie I need to make to get a 1st place, but I'm going to work on it. But here also is another apron, and this is cross-stitched like it. There's actually stitching. You can see the back.
Oh, so
but this is a cute little design on that, and I can't remember whether they gave me this or if a friend did. But I don't know if you can see the cross stitching on it or not.
Hold still for just a second. Oh, yep, you can see them. Those are some pretty big X's.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. It makes a nice little, almost like a flower design across the bottom. So anyway, I pulled those out of the buffet last night. I thought, I'll show these as vintage. Those, and I don't think I've worn these earrings before. These are flower ones too, but they're cute little flowers like.
Oh, those are pretty.
This was something with the little pearl in the middle. My great grandmother wore these. She died in 1964. So there you go. So that's the vintage for today. And now that I told you how old I am, I'm definitely the vintage. So, but I'm upright and breathing, as they say.
So I was thinking, if anybody knows what kind of pies Marianne should make, maybe for the just to make or for the contest, comment down below what's your favorite pie, what pie you always want to try. Give us ideas. I was thinking a strawberry pie would be cool, because I've never
made a strawberry pie.
I've never seen a strawberry pie either.
I make, I think strawberries, I do a strawberry shortcake or something, Yeah. The other pie I make that's a Cairo pecan one, it's called Utterly Deadly Southern Pecan Pie. And you make it in an iron skillet. And it does not have Cairo syrup in it. It's more brown sugar. And I got that out of a Southern Living. And so the first time I took that into the courthouse, one of my judges and his law clerks decided to do the routine of, let me think now, this one we like because it's almost like a little tart, kind of more like a cookie, because it only comes up like that thick. Mm-hmm. And the other one, and one of my judges, she told me, she said, I think I like this one a little bit better than your other one. I said, no, that's not the way to phrase it. I said, oh, this is as good as your other, but maybe even a little better or something. I said, so I like this one, and your other one's really good. I said, no, let's rephrase that. I say I've been eating the other one for 30 plus years.
Oh my gosh.
But this one in the skillet, you put it in the oven, you bake it, and then you leave it in a warm oven for 3 hours after that. You just turn the oven off, and luckily we have an old oven, so it stays hot for a long time. So
nice.
Yeah. And I like lemon meringue pies. I like to make those if I get the lemon filling done correctly. You have to make sure it is set.
Yeah, Sean's dad, his favorite is key lime pie.
Ooh, I love key lime pie. I love Real Seafood has a good key lime pie.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do.
I'll have to tell him.
Yeah. Yes. So, yeah, let me know if you have a pie in mind or a recipe you'd like to share with me, or what you think I should do. I've got several cookbooks dedicated to pies. And Jo will say thank you because she hadn't made one in forever.
Goodness. Well, on that note, we have gone on a pie divergent. So
we have.
Let us know below what you thought about this episode, what kind of pies you like. If you want to join the Stitch Along with Marianne, again, I'll link that below so you can just click on it. And we are so happy that you're back. So continue to enjoy your holiday weekend. If this went up on Monday, I hope you've had a great holiday weekend.
Yes.
It's summer, so it's starting to be really nice out. So hopefully you can at least socially distant, get outside, and
yes.
I know in my case, make sure I got off the couch.
Yes. I apologize. Roscoe just growled at Brian because he walked by. Roscoe's up here on the sofa. He was not happy. Brian was.
Well, you know,
on that note.
It's so hot in Toledo right now where we are, and everybody gets a little cranky when it's really hot. So we'll blame the heat.
Yeah, thank you.
So on that note, have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye, y'all.